Welcome to Time of Death. This video is for informational purposes and in no way meant to glorify or condone violence. In today's video, we'll be discussing the murder of Anthony Dennis Ramirez. Ramirez was shot and killed on Thursday, April 11, 2002, in the 2400 block of Trinity Street in historic South Central, according to LA County coroner records. Samuel Osegueda and Jose Romano were subsequently arrested and charged with the murder. The following is the evidence at trial. Trinity Park is the backdrop in which a fierce rivalry between Primera Flats and the Ghetto Boys is often acted out. Trinity Park is bordered by 23rd and 25th Streets and Wall and Trinity Streets. This location is significant because the park is situated in between each gang's territory, prompting a turf war for control of the park. Graffiti, analogous to a proclamation of ownership, litters various areas of the park. Sometimes one gang's graffiti is crossed out in a sign of disrespect. Such acts of disrespect intensify the ongoing rivalry. In the late afternoon of April 11, 2002, Bobby and Paul Martinez were sitting on a bench in Trinity Park, hanging out with Bobby's girlfriend and her 3-year-old son, when they were approached by a group of male Hispanics, including defendant Samuel Osegueda, aka Smiley. Bobby recognized defendant Osegueda and his friends as members of Primera Flats. Bobby was concerned because his brother Paul was a member of Ghetto Boys. Defendant asked the group, "Is there any gummy bears right here in this park? Because we're not going to have them in this park." Paul felt the reference to gummy bears was disrespectful because defendant Osegueda knew that Paul was a member of Ghetto Boys. Paul also believed defendant Osegueda had a gun in his pocket. Sensing a possible violent confrontation, Bobby told his brother Paul not to say anything. Bobby stood up in front of Paul and told defendant Osegueda, "Nobody's from nowhere." Defendant Osegueda and his friends then left. Later that evening, Paul was playing basketball in the Trinity Park gym when two hooded men entered the gym. Paul recognized these two men as defendant Osegueda and a man named Jose Romano, aka Dreamer. Paul's attention was immediately drawn to Romano, who carried a shotgun. In an effort to escape, Paul ran outside through the opposing set of doors. Shots rang out as Paul fled the gym, running toward the shelter of his aunt's house. Paul recognized the gunshots as a shotgun and a 9mm. While Paul was playing basketball in the gym, Mario Martinez, brother of Paul and Bobby, joined Bobby, his girlfriend, and her child on the bench outside the gym. Mario was also a member of Ghetto Boys. Suddenly, Paul ran from the gym, yelling at Mario to watch out. Mario then saw two shooters emerge from the gym. Mario got a clear view of defendant Osegueda as he came out of the door. Upon hearing Paul's warning, defendant Osegueda pointed his gun at Mario, who ran in the same direction as Paul. Defendant Osegueda fired approximately 4 to 7 shots at Mario as Mario ran away. Meanwhile, Paul was running from Romano. As Paul ran, he crossed paths with victim Anthony Ramirez, an 8-year-old boy playing a game in the park with his cousin. Both Romano and defendant Osegueda shot in the direction of the children. Victim Anthony Ramirez was caught in the crossfire and died of a gunshot wound to the chest. No bullet was ever recovered, and the autopsy could not determine the type of weapon used to kill the victim. A 9mm casing and a shotgun shell were found at the crime scene. Another bystander, Anthony Madrigal, was shot in the arm as he stood in his front yard across 25th Street. At trial, the prosecution called Officer Gerald Ballesteros, a gang expert, to testify on his familiarity with Primera Flats and Ghetto Boys. While testifying, the prosecution posed a hypothetical to Ballesteros, to which the following exchange occurred. The prosecution asked, "Do you have an opinion as to whether the crime was committed for the benefit of, at the direction of, or in association with the criminal street gang Primera Flats?" Ballesteros replied that it was done for the benefit of the members of Primera Flats, along with the gang itself. Following the trial, the jury convicted Samuel Osegueda of 1 count of first-degree murder, 2 counts of attempted murder, and 1 count of conspiracy to commit murder. The jury found true various enhancements, and the court sentenced Osegueda to 100 years to life plus 9 years in state prison. Jose Romano was similarly convicted and sentenced. Anthony Dennis Ramirez was 8 years old at the time of death.